All
Come
right.
back. Come out here with your Switch.
Lisa, go cut me.
Hello, everybody. We
Hi,
are
everybody.
half of the NAT30s. Hello, Rifle. Sorry for the audio lag. I thought it was going to work if I maybe started Streamlabs a little bit later, but
Well, this would have been a good time to try the other thing, the Discord, like
Discord.
you had.
Well, yeah, I've been thinking about it, but anytime any of you like turns your camera off or goes away or like it drops, it's going to shift everybody around and I won't be able to have the setup that I have right now. So I think it might be better to just leave it how it is.
We moved this room around so like my backgrounds work, like because the wall is light colored and it's not like so my dome's not fading into the background full of sweatshirts over there on the door anymore.
Yeah, I can hear the washing machine back there too.
No, I can't do anything about that.
You're not quite phasing as in and out of existence as you were earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like not perfect, but it's better. You can see my head.
So we are down all of the ladies tonight. So we are probably going to just do I'm going to try to get you guys to Baldur's Gate as to the best of my ability, but we'll see how it goes. Our announcements, just a reminder for those of you out there or those of you who are new, you can use your channel points to enter our monthly giveaway, which this month it is a digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything on D&D Beyond. You can enter as many times as you want, and there are no limits. It's just based off of how many gem points you have. You can also brawl or battle in the chat to get extra crits and arrows, which is exclamation point points, and get extra tickets if you would like to do that. Let's see. Word of the week is Boris.
Boris.
So for our local viewers, you can head over to the Armory in Fairhaven, Tabletop Games in Westport, and or New England Comics in New Bedford, and you can enter the Word of the Week drawing at each of those stores and see what the prize is this week. I think that the drawings are done on Monday, although I'd have to check in and see if they have had anybody enter yet, because we've been doing this for a couple months.
We got one dude.
Yeah, so we got one person.
Get on it.
A Cushnet. Jump over. Maybe give
5 minutes away.
Lord Byron a run for his money here. Let's see, what else do we have? We have general stuff all the time. I forget most of it, but
I haven't uploaded Boris as a shirt yet, but if you're on our Discord, you can get an early sneak peek of my visual interpretation of Boris if you know what the hell I'm talking about, which you should if you watch us regularly.
I like that you made them all knobby-kneed and shit. It's so good.
So tonight, yeah, we'll just continue and see where the bros of Greenest end up while I figure out where the ladies would have gone during this time. So
they just all went to the bathroom together.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna do the intro. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the intro and then we'll get started.
to trip the thing.
All right, we are back. So,
Alright.
when we last left the bums of Greenest, you all were still on Skyreach Castle, which you had stowed away on in a fashion, back at the village of Parnast after traveling up the Sword Coast following the cult of the dragon, and the loot that they have stolen from various cities, villages, towns along the way. You were able to defeat the Red Wizards, Resmir the Black, and Glazael the Cloud Chaser, although he did escape. And essentially befriend Blagothkis, the leader of this ice castle, and free his mate's soul, which was being held captive by the Red Wizards, Rathmodar and Asbarojos. Since then, you have discussed your plans with Blagothkis, the leader, the lord of this castle. You have chatted with a couple of cultist prisoners of whatever this is, prisoners of war, prisoners of impending war, and you have looted the hoard of the Dragon Queen, spending a few days as Erdnot received an urgent message from his cousin to return to Baldur's Gate, which then was solidified as being urgent when a random flying stone head confirmed that Erdnot's daughter is dead.
That's some old bullshit.
And his he is needed back in Baldur's Gate. Abaddon found a circlet of unicorns and was able to summon a purple donkey with a carrot on his head named Boris, the Moodring unicorn, who is now her companion. Vidania left you all, although you didn't notice until quite some time later, and you all attempted to melt away some of the ice in order to retrieve a set of armor that was hidden in there. So it is midday on your third day of travel. You have one more 24-hour period of time before you believe you will be dropped off outside of the city of Baldur's Gate. You've just discussed with Blagothkis the fate of the two cultist initiates that are in cages. He has indicated he does not want them, and you have indicated to him that he can do with them as he pleases. And so we pick up as, we'll say, Vidania disappeared. Abaddon has run off on her purple donkey unicorn, Donkicorn.
She's just
Donkicorn, just trolloping through the.
I can just picture whatever we're gonna talk about be super serious, and then she's like off in the background, like.
And Micaiah also took this opportunity to go spend some time alone, is what she told you. I'm saying. So what are the gentlemen doing? Not that you have to stay together, but you have one more day. I'm actually going to have you roll, somebody, one of the three of you can roll a D100.
I rolled last time. I'll leave that for one of you. Got my bad news head.
Go ahead, Arik.
How do I roll a
It's
D100?
two
Oh, there we go.
D50s.
Yep.
What?
Oh, all right. Never mind. It rolls like, yeah. Never mind.
That was a 90.
2D thingies. The one on the far right.
Yeah, I just never had to roll that before.
Okay. All right. So you all exit the ice tunnels where
Is this the same day that we left
This is
off
the same day.
last time? Okay,
Yep.
so I was just checking because part of that cave fell on me, so I'm like, can I heal that because it's a different day or no? Okay, so never mind. Just checking.
Yeah, yep, it's the same day. Midday, the ladies have taken off, and yeah, you have the rest of the day. What are you doing, if anything?
Oh, should we tell Zan about the tunnel that we found? That's most likely booby trapped.
Sure.
We found. We broke into a tunnel down the hallway there. Don't know where it leads. Chunks of it fell on me. I think it was a trap. Wanted to explore it.
Didn't fall on me. And Arik's just gonna do this with his little ring. All smug.
How far did you make it into the tunnel before you turned around?
Oh, 40 feet?
Yeah, it was about 40 feet in.
Yeah, 40 feet or so.
Not very far.
Any idea what could be in the tunnel?
No idea. Leads behind the main ice wall. If it's trapped, there might be something worth the traps in there.
It's possible. If you want to check it out, I'm game.
Good. We needed a light footer. Oh, my Erdnot voice is terrible tonight.
Let's check it out.
All right, so you guys are heading back down into the caverns.
This is what the bros of Greenest do.
Okay, so you head back down into
We drink and do shit.
the caverns and past the glittering hoard and also the frozen bodies and random items that are encased in the ice, and find the area that you both, Erdnot and Arik, had smashed open, leading into one of the ice caverns there. It appears to be like smaller tunnels that have been carved by most likely Glaziel, the cloud chaser, the dragon, as he came through.
But they're not dragon-sized.
They are about 10 feet across or less.
Oh, okay.
Between...
I was picturing it like a much more cramped passageway.
No. No, they're between, it depends on the areas that you're at, but between 7 and 10 feet, like around. So you head in past the area that had the ice shards that fell from the ceiling, and you can see them embedded into the ground there. We continue forward. How are you proceeding?
Because Zan is much better at detecting things, I assume now we just push him to the front. He'll take up the middle ground.
Zan in the front again.
And Arik's just gonna chuckle.
Got
And
fancy
from the
new
rear.
armor and arm thingies.
All right.
Did you take the armor, or Micaiah take the armor that we thought out?
I think it was
Micaiah took
okay.
it. Zan doesn't wear any armor.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. So make a perception check as you guys continue 50 feet or so in, going much more slowly because as you go through, it's very, very icy in here and very, very cold.
It's 17 for Xander.
All right. 17. So as you continue along, you do start to hear, as you go forward, you're probably about 60, 70 feet in, you hear some more cracking up ahead. And you can tell, Zan, that it is coming from the ceiling, and you look up and you can see like parts of the ceiling just crack almost as you guys move. And each time you make a step, the the cracking, like it's very faint, but because your perception, you can hear it.
I think the noise is causing the ice to become unstable. We should try to be quiet. So I suggest we move stealthily the rest of the way.
Easier said than done.
My thoughts exactly.
We can
Give it a
certainly try. Is that me?
Yep.
Disadvantage. There we go. They changed that.
Okay. I installed a new module, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh,
You guys,
okay.
you're kind of like experiments tonight.
Question, DM. When the ice had fallen before, it was just chunks of ice. It wasn't like, it obviously wasn't enough. How could I question this without?
Like a partial cave in?
Yeah, like it's not like, can we tell if it's the way it fell? If it falls more, would it like completely fill up the cavern to block off the way? Or was it just pieces that fell off with the sound?
So looking at the ones that you've passed, they look like stalactites that were hanging down, and they're kind of sharpened at the top, at the tips of them actually. So you can't tell if any additional ones would cause the whole thing to cave in, but they do appear to be jagged parts of the ceiling that are hanging down.
And how large are the pieces that have fallen that are on the ground now?
They would probably be about 2-3 feet in diameter. You don't know how long because they fell down into the ground, but pretty decently sized chunks.
Gotcha.
All right, so I got a 14 for Erdnot.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't roll for me.
It's a 16 for Zan.
I thought that 14 was me. Sorry.
Hey, 217.
Oh.
Nice.
So you guys continue along. As you go, hey, Merry Christmas, Lupo King. As you go, you still hear Zan, the cracking as you're stepping forward. What are you doing? Are you guys continuing on?
Arik's got an idea.
Well,
actually,
he's our canary in the coal mine to turn
Sure.
to throw a birdism out there. So if Zan thinks it's not safe enough to go forward, then Erdnot will abide by his what he says.
True, Sam.
Can I see down the tunnel at all, or is it like windy? Like I can't see if there's like a destination.
It's windy. It doesn't go in a straight line. It like goes like a snake, and it's hard to tell around corners. You can't see.
Seems as though the ice is continuing to become unstable.
You think it's because of the sound?
It's that, or just us walking here, putting pressure on the ice. Don't know how this was built.
Ice.
And what if we were to trip this? Maybe throw some large chunks of ice down there to see what happens. Maybe the sound will echo and cause things to drop before we get there. Or we could always use Erdnot. What was that?
That was my idea as well.
Or we could always, Erdnot could always hit the side of this place with one of his hammers and see what happens.
Or I could shoot down the tunnel.
It's probably not a good idea to test a theory while you're inside of the area that could become caved in.
Way down the tunnel.
Right, but it could cause a chain reaction. Ice is interconnected within itself.
All right, Mr. Science.
But perhaps we should go back until we have the others who might be able to use fire to unseal us in case we get trapped.
I suppose. It was worth a shot.
Lame. I don't know if Arak actually knows that word, but he knows it now. It's a Chisentan word.
He picked it up along the way.
Yes.
Alright, we turn around and head back out.
Just because before we go, Arak will pick up a big chunk, if there's any, and just kind of huck it down.
Okay.
Once we get closer to the mouth of the cave, I'll
Okay.
bowling ball it, as far as I can.
Okay. So you do that, you roll it down, because the cave does wind. I mean, it gets far enough as you roll it down, but it doesn't really even reach where you guys were, like 60 feet away before it kind of turns, and you're not able to really see where it goes. But there's no sound. It makes just a little, like, dull thud kind of against the wall, but it is probably not big enough.
Does it echo at all, or is the sound like absorbed into the walls?
You would hear a little bit of an echo.
Okay.
You ever hear? You ever seen when they do those ice core samples? So they drill like 200 feet
Oh yeah,
into the
those sound
ice,
so cool.
and then they drop like a rock down, and it sounds normal, and then it starts going twang 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 twang. It sounds like a blaster from Star Wars.
It does.
It makes like alien noises. It's so crazy.
All right.
All right.
Well, I have an interest in seeing what the smith shop here is like. We went through it before. I took a quick glance, but I, for one, kind of want to see what these giants and ogres, exactly how well they work metal.
Not
You're
well.
welcome. You guys are welcome to come if you want. If you'd like.
I don't have any plans for the day.
Might as well.
Okay.
No insulting the giants while we're out there, or not.
Only their quality of work.
Be nice.
Okay. So as you head up out into the courtyard, then following the open the upper courtyard towards the stairs, you ascend those stairs that lead onto the skyway up to the middle tower that connects then to the main keep. And Zan, you would see, without even having to roll, you look out into all of like the clouds and everything. What you've noticed as you guys have been on this castle is that the cloud cover seems to be mostly like the bottom half of the this floating island, essentially. Most people who are going to find you will be looking up, so most of the clouds are congregating around the lower area to shield you from view. But as you are continuing on, Dan, you look out and you can see a small dragon that is flying fairly a good distance away, probably a good like 200 feet or so from exactly where you are. And you look out over, and it's to the left side. And kind of squinting your eyes and looking, you can see what appears to be a humanoid figure who is in like full armor that is kind of glinting in the late day sun as it's starting to get to be more towards like 4 o'clock or so. Hey, Darius, now. And as you're watching, they're just kind of like flying. You see the rider just like look over at this castle and just kind of like looking at it. But then you also notice that there appears to be something behind the rider, larger, but not humongous or huge even, but just a larger creature on the back of this. And you now recognize the little dragon to be a wyvern, as you guys have seen them on this castle. Just kind of flying sort of next to the castle, coasting along, but not really, looks over, but then is not really, doesn't seem interested in coming closer.
Does it seem as though they're keeping pace with the castle, or just happen to be in the same vicinity?
It's kind of hard to tell this far away. That wyverns would be faster than the castle typically, at least if they're going full speed, because Issa was able to catch up with you all on the wyvern that she was on. Although you're not sure how fast this castle goes, but the rider does not seem to be moving closer or kind of further away, just kind of like keeping pace, but you're not sure if it's intentional or not.
And this is something only he can see?
Yeah, only he would notice it as you guys are crossing along the sky bridge.
Look over there. There's a rider on a wyvern. Seems to be keeping pace with the castle. Don't know, he may be following the castle to see where it's going.
Over where?
Aracle. He'll hold him up like the Fijian symbol so you can see.
He's really heavy.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 in the You both see, probably not as well as what Zan can see, but you definitely can see a rider. The wyvern's wings just kind of like casually flapping along, and 2 figures, one of which is kind of slung over the back of the wyvern. You can barely make it out every once in a while as the wings go down. And then this other, the one actually steering the creature in some like glinting armor.
Is it the halfling?
You can definitely tell looking at it, bigger than the halfling size.
And I don't believe she wore armor. Not glinting armor.
We should shoot it out of the sky.
Would we be able to see the thing that you said was following behind it?
No, there's nothing following behind it. It has another humanoid like slung over the back of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had said, when you said behind, I misread what you said. Gotcha.
So
Where are the ogres? They need to shoot this out of the sky.
As you are watching, the figure takes another look over at the castle, and then you see the wyvern just kind of like does a side dive out of your view and kind of like away from the castle, like not coming in towards it, but away, and very quickly goes out of your sight and is gone.
I think I heard you.
We should probably report that to one of the giants.
Someone who keeps a lookout should be weary.
Maybe we can find one of the king's lieutenants.
I don't have the patience to explain it to an ogre.
You do remember that the 2 giants, they had their own space next to the Resmir's chambers, which is down below.
We should be pretty close to their chambers from the courtyard. Can stop by and see if they're there. If not, we may have to go look for them.
Very well.
Hey.
All right. So you turn around and head back down the skyway to the front door of the chambers there. And It is it is a giant door, just like the one that was in front of Resmir's chambers. A giant double door. Do you knock? Or how are you?
Erdnot's gonna pull Arik is gonna pull just one of his daggers and just slam it on the thing, because knocking on a giant's door is probably gonna be pretty rough. How hard you'd have to knock on the damn thing with your hand would probably break your hand. So we'll use the pommel, like da, ba, ba.
Okay.
And then put it away so they don't think that he's gonna try to stab him with a toothpick.
All right. A moment later, you hear like the heavy latch open and the door creaks open. And standing, like looking out, but then looking down, you do see the male cloud giant Wigglof standing there. He looks down at you. Kind of, you can see between his legs because you guys are small enough to be able to do that. And you can see in the chamber, it appears to be a living chamber. There are a couple of braziers glowing with the blue light, and you can see a doorway that leads into what appears to also be a sleeping chamber directly across. It's pretty sparsely decorated. But that's all you can see at the moment. And he looks down and he just kind of like eyes all of you for a second, as there's only 3 of you, and he says, "Yes, champions. How can I help you?"
We do not mean to disturb, but were you expecting any wyvern riders today? There seems to have been one that was keeping pace and following the castle just a few moments ago.
You see him look at you, and then he turns and looks behind him, and then you hear like the thud boom, boom, of Hulda, who walks up behind, and she looks a little bit more concerned, but she says, "No, we were not expecting anyone. We expect no one up here until we return to the north. A wyvern rider. Were they wearing the black?"
They were wearing. They were wearing armor.
They seem to have someone slung over the back of their wyvern.
Well, Wigglof kind of steps aside and opens the doors a little bit wider, and these doors are a good like 10 feet across. So you can see into the chambers now. The floors are covered in what appears to be the large pelts of whatever that animal is, that the whitish color furs. And then there is a huge table with 2 giant-sized chairs, and then a large chest in the back left-hand corner of the room. And looking through the open doors into their bed chambers, you can see that there are 2 large beds next to each other in that back room. Hulda...
They've got a 50s lifestyle where they don't share the same bed. Maybe tonight we'll push the beds together.
Hulda steps towards you and she says, "Did you get any other identifying information I can pass along to Blagofkus?"
Did we catch the color of the wyvern? I'm not sure if you said that or not.
I didn't. Let's see. It looked to be a greenish color, and light could have been blue, but we believe to be green or blue.
It seems to have been a greenish, possibly blue wyvern. It's hard to tell with the light from up here among the clouds.
And which direction were they headed?
They were following us. We're traveling south, correct?
Yes. Southwest.
Southwest. And then they turned to move to go. So if we're moving south or west.
More
Shit, what
towards the
direction?
west. Yeah, more towards the west. So she takes that information, she nods. I will go tell Lord Blagofkus. Thank you. Thank you for keeping an eye out. And she steps past you, you move out of the way of her, and she steps past you and heads
Just
up.
steps over.
Yeah, basically.
No panties.
She's wearing pants.
Man, drop dead Fred. Good reference.
And she heads up towards the stairs that lead up to the keep.
Sorry,
Wiggle
guys,
off
give
just
me one
kind of looks
second.
at you.
I gotta go check the fire. I'm sorry.
No problem. So Wiggloff just kind of looks at you all.
We'll be on our way now.
He just nods.
Thank you again.
I guess we're heading back to the blacksmiths.
Okay. So, I guess in the interest of time, unless there's anything in particular I know that it's Adam and Roy, and he's just stepped away, but is there anything in particular that you wanted to do on this third day?
Nope.
Like specifically?
Not I.
Right. So, I'm gonna fast forward then.
He's gonna be bummed.
Well, well, he had mentioned last time that he wanted to like learn more about the ogres and what they're doing. So, I'll wait 1 second.
Well, oh, there he is. That was quicker than I thought.
So-
Yeah, Lee
Start
actually had it all
chatting with
squared
Lee.
away.
Mm. So, is there anything in particular that you wanted to do on this day? You guys are heading to the ogre blacksmithing area, but was there anything you wanted to learn? Is there anything in particular you wanted to do?
Nothing I can really think of. I mean, we've already scoped out pretty much everything, right?
Wanted to make sure I didn't bypass anything specific that you wanted to learn from the ogres.
Yeah, I thought you had I thought there was gonna be more to that.
More to what, me?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
request to go to the.
Oh, I thought you
Smith
meant.
shop.
Oh, I thought you meant in general besides the smith shop.
Yeah,
Art
no,
just
in
wants
general,
to. Yeah, sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding apparently today.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Arik is just gonna hang, and he just wants to watch. Like he's interested in all sorts of different smithing techniques, and he's never seen giants or ogres smith anything. This is his first
Okay.
contact with them, so he just probably spend a couple hours watching. Even if the guys don't want to hang, he's just gonna sit around and watch and see how they do things, because different cultures smith in different fashions. So.
Okay.
Is there any particular ogre that seemed like a smithing master of the shop or anything like that, or are they just kind of all super uncivilized, smashing shit?
So there's not a smithing master per se, but there's definitely someone who appears to be in charge. I would say that after watching for a couple of minutes, you would probably see that it is it is very much just like smash until it's sharp type deal. Smash until
Told
it
you, boy.
works. And given that they are ogres, that's all they really need in order to, you know, cleave the head off of the Tabaxi cultist who gave you guys a tour, for example. They don't, there's nothing too crazy about it. They'll take, like, you watch it as they're working, they'll take a perfectly good sword, be like, huh, and then just smash the shit out of it until it becomes something that's like not even, it's no longer a sword. There's like edges of it that are very, very like smooth and sharp, and then the other side will be all jagged and weird looking. Like they just kind of do whatever until, and then like that looks good, and then set it to the next one, and then grab another thing, and just kind of like smash things together to make bigger weapons that may or may not hold up in an actual battle. There's really no rhyme or reason to what the ogre's doing, unless it is, is it sharper than it was before? Parts of it, yes. So that's a job well done.
Arik will just shake his head and have to admit to himself that Erdnot was right. That these
Only
that
to
these
himself.
ogres don't exactly don't know how to harness the finer points of metalwork. I guess I'll just leave after that.
They're happy to show you and keep you around for as long as you want to be there, but
if they seemed a little bit more intelligent, Arik would probably try to teach them, but there's no way to dumb that down. And I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes doing like 3-word commands, like hold into fire. So,
all right.
That'll be that.
So I assume Zan and Arik also get some training in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll say you get 3 hours on this trip. There's nothing keeping you from getting a full 3 hours a day. So, and you all go to sleep. The ladies trickling in as the night wears on.
Before we go to sleep, Arik's gonna reach into his pocket and take out that silver coin,
mm-hmm.
and he's gonna do what the coin says. He's going to, if I can scroll down and find it. It says, "Coin with seek someone and ye shall find. Close your eyes, see with your mind," engraved on it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna hold it tightly in his hand before he goes to sleep, and he's gonna think of Leah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can do it both on the same day, but because we have some downtime, I was wondering if Zan and Erdnot can work on teaching Zan some Dwarvish some more. I know it's been a while since we've had a chance to do it.
Oh yeah. Yep. I would say you can probably get like 2 hours in after all that fighting, and then the brain power of trying to sit and learn. You could probably do like 2 hours of language learning together. So as you lie down, Arik, and close your eyes, and you think about Leah and the fact that you haven't seen her in about 4 months now, and try to focus on where she is, you suddenly feel, after a moment, like it all gets very quiet, and your vision, like you feel yourself like being jerked forward, and your vision goes white, and it's like you're zipping across the sky. Your vision is white. You can see these clouds flying past you. You zip across the sky, and then suddenly you just stop in the middle of the air, and then you zip down towards the ground, and everything's flying past you very quickly. You can't tell which direction you are looking in, but your eyes, your vision flies downwards towards the ground and then across it, faster than anything that you'd be able to like focus on, but you can tell that you're just traveling across the earth, the Forgotten Realm, and it is darker. You're going to bed, so it is 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and you zip through, weaving almost. It's not even a straight line at certain points. You're just kind of going, and then suddenly your vision just stops, and you are looking right at Leah's face. So you see her face is being illuminated at the moment by a campfire. But when you're looking at her, you see her very clearly, and she's like sitting maybe three feet or so away from, I'd say like 5 feet or so away from the campfire, and it's flickering, although you can't see the fire itself. She seems to be in the company of others, although you can't see them, and you can see her mouth moving, but you can't hear any words that are coming out of it. And she is looking over and talking to someone. You notice that her clothing is, she's not as bundled up as you are. I'll put it that way. She's just kind of comfortably sitting. You notice that she is not on a ship. She is not on the water. And then as you're watching her, you can't see anything that's all around. It gets very faded and dark outside of just like her and wherever she's speaking. You see like the shadows of figures that are coming off of the firelight. And then you see her laugh and like throw her head back a little bit and laugh and then like lean forward. And then you feel yourself being pulled back, just suddenly ripped backwards, up, weaving backwards up into the sky, and then zipping back into your body. And make a con save.
Oh shit. Okay. It's 14.
Okay. It's lucky that you were lying down already, because like as your vision is pulled back into your body, you like grip the sides of the bed that you're lying on, or the furs anyway, and the room is like your eyes open, and the room is spinning all around you. The coin is gone from your hand. But you don't notice it until a few seconds later when you're finally able to like let go and the spins have stopped. It's like you took a rip and drank too much wine, and that is exactly what it felt like as your vision finally like slows down and the room comes back into focus.
Garth in Wayne's World when like he's singing, like when he sees like the chick he has the crush on, and like the camera zooms in and like knocks him off the chair.
Yes, it's lucky that you were lying down, but the vision lasted probably a good 30 seconds. But she is not where you left her, not where you thought she would be. But she's laughing, so that can't be all bad.
Okay. All right. And so that swirling feeling like I took a hit and then drinking, does that make me pass out? Does it fade?
No, it fades away. It fades as you're able to just kind of relax and go to sleep, perhaps, maybe.
Yeah, Eric will go to sleep with a smile on his face. She's not in the place where she should have been, but like you said, she's smiling, so when she seems to be in good company, so she can't, be in imminent danger. So that's a good thing to know. So I'll wipe a tear from his face. He hasn't seen her in so long.
She's alive.
Tearful smile.
So you all go to sleep. Anything anyone else wants to do before going to sleep? No. All right. So you all close your eyes. Erdnot.
No.
When you close your eyes, your vision is black, as you would expect it to be. But a few moments later, the familiar white nothingness that holds you just floating in it, you find yourself there once again. Similar to the other night, 3 nights ago now, or when you were jolted awake by the voice of some unknown person telling you that you needed to hurry home. But this time, that white space fills the area. Actually, let me see. Can I switch my... I'm gonna switch my music. I think, if I could find it. Damn it.
Say, I do dig this like Last Samurai sounding.
I didn't. My music volume was all the way down. I'm like, I didn't have music this whole time.
Oh, I mean, I didn't choose anything special. So, ooh, shit. Sorry, everybody. That's the wrong button. The song is called Icewind Dale. So, you're floating in that white space, and there's nothing there.
No giant head. No.
Not at the moment.
Palm in the hand. Can I call his? I'll call his name out.
So you yell out into the void there, and it takes another moment as you're floating in the nothingness. But finally, you do see, all of a sudden, as like you open your eyes, you blink and open your eyes, and he's just the vision of the dwarf, blinding and super dramatic as he always is.
He's such a diva.
Yeah, very, very diva. Standing there, you can't see his feet when you look down. It just kind of like fades down. It's like so far down that there's no end to his body. But you look up and he's standing there, just staring at you.
I get down to a knee and bow. Do I ever figure out how to address him as my lord? Or are we on a first name basis?
He told you his name was Selthram.
Sup, bruh?
And then I would just get down to the knee, bow my head, and then look up and say, Throtham, you have answered my prayers. What is this that has transpired? What has happened to my daughter? Why was she taken? How was she taken? What have I done?
So, your patron, Belthram, Maulhammer of Moradin, takes a step forward, and that very strange vision that you just can't get used to, where like he's huge and then all of a sudden he steps and he's just standing in front of you, still larger than you, of course, but not taking up the entire, your entire vision. Steps forward and looks at you, looks down at you, and says, "Stand, brew bottle."
He does so.
Are you laughing because you can hear my snacking?
Yeah.
I'm trying very hard not to. I even muted my camera when I opened them so you wouldn't hear that. I'm trying. I'm so sorry.
You need to set up bowls before you start playing.
I had some out, but I eat them. I like my mini wheats.
So he steps forward, he's standing in front of you and he says, "You are being tested, Erdnot Brewbottle, but not by Moradin.
By who then?
You still have time to bring Dratha back and give her a warrior's chance at an honorable death. Fear not. But there are larger quests before you than the personal vengeance that you seek. And you have been given the blessing of Moradin to continue on that path. All of dwarven kind, the fate is resting in your hands.
Shit.
Goddamn.
What will Moradin have me do?
There is a god that seeks to break her chains and ascend from the 9 hells. You know of this.
Aye.
Your personal vendetta is not as great a threat as this.
I understand. What the Soul Forger commands, I shall do. Till I succeed or till I drop dead.
Your daughter's soul has not yet reached the astral plane. There is time, Brewbottle. Should you bring her back, your dedication to the cause of destroying the Dragon Queen is necessary. You have been chosen. Take up the Warhammer and bring it down upon her.
The god or my daughter?
Your vision just, your eyes open. After you say that, there's like a moment and just like steps back, and then your eyes just open, and it's morning on the 4th day.
There's still time, Brew Bottle. We walk through the door and he just fucking Happy Gilmore's just hammer right into her head.
I just pictured Solthrum like going back, and he's like, "This fucking guy, man. I don't."
This is the guy we fucking chose. He goes back to God and he goes, "This is your fucking guy."
He's like,
This
we
is
need
it."
we need a better screening process for these guys.
He's like, you guys know It's a Wonderful Life with Gabriel, the angel, and Jimmy Stewart, like 1940s movie or something.
Hmm.
With Gabriel, and they're like, they choose Gabriel, and he's like the worst angel. This is like that, but you know.
I was thinking more about the Married with Children parody of it, where Sam Kinison is the angel, and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for an Al Bundy." He's like, "I'm Al Bundy." He goes, "Oh, really, you son of a... Why this?" Just...
So you awaken on the 4th day after a very lovely meal, breakfast, given to you. You are told by, let's say it's Wiglow who tells you, "Hey, Draz, thank you for the raid. I don't know what's going on with my freaking... What's up with my, alerts here? I'm gonna have to see what's up there. Sorry. Thank you for the raid, Draz."
Sure.
What do you
I'm
think?
gonna go get a bowl so I don't annoy you guys with my snacks. I shall return. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm a hungry young growing boy.
I just didn't pour it, like, make a bowl with his shirt and pour it in there. Little kangaroo pocket.
Hey, Mighty Jeff, thank you for joining us.
Some of these are new names. These are new people. Like,
Yeah, well, Draz is not, but Mighty Jeff,
No.
I have not seen.
Yeah.
So welcome in.
It's too bad you guys can't see Boris tonight.
Yes, unfortunately. The ladies are MIA.
Week.
Oh,
Horns.
word of the week, yes. Woo! If you are local, the Jab, the Mighty Jab, has joined us. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Mighty Jab. So it is the fourth day. Wiggloff in the morning comes by, knocking on your door to let you know that you will be landing about a half day's journey outside of Baldur's Gate to the north. Actually, no, it would be to the east. No, to the north. To the north. And you will, probably a good 4 hours of walking will get you back to Baldur's Gate. Is there anything final you would like to do on the castle before heading down?
We're pretty much tapped out of anything useful in that horde, I believe.
It's hard to know because it is a vast horde, but you have spent several hours trying to get things. So.
Right. I don't think so.
Right.
I guess I'll say over breakfast. I don't know where anyone else is. I'm assuming I'm next to Zan, and I'll be eating my whatever. They'd be like, the Soul Forger, the Allfather has tasked me with saving dwarven kind and destroying Tiamat.
It seems like quite a responsibility, or not?
That is certainly true. I don't know why I'm eating porridge.
At least your god, he seems fit enough to deem you worthy to save the world.
Well, I will not cast doubt on his infinite wisdom. After all, he is the father to us all. Blew life into us. But, whoa. Me.
What did his butt look like that day in your dream? Sorry.
What did I just come back to?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen the backside of him. He's always just a giant floating dwarf or a taller dwarf in front of me. I don't think he's ever turned around.
So is there not? You're talking to Zan.
Does he have one of those butts you can see from the front?
Is it heavenly?
As you're talking to Zan, there's a moment where you're just like, I wonder what his butt looks like, and what do you picture?
Well, he's an angel, so I would picture that it is,
It has wings on it?
I would picture the most heavenly dwarven ass, finely sculpted, like as chiseled from marble.
Like a sheet of paper with a line going down it.
But it's got that fine swirl of the grain of the rock.
Perfect. So sorry, you were saying.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I was telling
Too
Sam
distracted by that
about
heavenly
my
ass.
vision.
We're at breakfast? Is this what we're
Yeah.
at?
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know if you were there. If you want to be there, then I guess you hear this. I'm just assuming I was sitting next to Zan and just had to tell somebody that I'm tasked with saving dwarven kind.
Saving the entirety of your race?
Well, I'm sure the rest of your races will survive as well, but he is a dwarven god. His people come first.
Interesting. He shovels more mini-wheats into his face.
He's told there's still time to save my daughter. I am being tested, but not from my god. I don't know from who. There are many other ones. was told to raise my hammer against the evil dragon god. I do not want to let Moradin down.
As I said before, I will help you with your daughter, as the message asked, and I suppose that's what friends do. So we'll see how that shapes up.
And a good one you are, for one so young.
Arik will blush a little bit. That coin had fully disappeared, DM?
It's gone, yeah. It's like it was never there. No trace.
Through a Stargate, and that was it.
I saw Leah last night.
In your dreams?
No, I found a coin. Some sort of magic. I think I saw her as she is now. It wasn't a dream like I usually see. Those dreams don't turn out very well. But I think she's okay. She's not where I wanted her to be, where I hired her to be. But she didn't seem like she was in danger or in pain or anything like that. She was happy.
You believe this showed you the here and now?
It seemed that way. If you saw what I saw, I felt like I was flying, swooping across the entire of the land. It wasn't close. I couldn't see much detail. I couldn't see very well. But it didn't seem to be very close, which is good. Which is good. The farther, the better.
Well, then rejoice that she lives and is in good health and spirits.
I am. Last night, do I have to roll a d10, or do I get away with going to sleep with a smile? Oh, I have to roll. Shit. I was like, yeah, that was the first time I got to sleep well in a while. Oh, come on, mouse. All right. That's a d8. 1d10. 10. Yeah.
You did. You slept. You slept great. That was. It's almost like the dice knew. No nightmares. Just nothing.
It was the first good. I went to sleep with a smile on my face last night. Now I wake up with a smile on my face. It feels good to get a good night's sleep.
Aye, it's good to know those you love are safe. I know not those you love may be closer than you think.
What's the plan? What's the plan or not? When we get to Baldur's Gate?
We go to the tavern and see what is going on. I do not know what happened. She did not have a warrior's death from what I gathered.
So, if she didn't die in battle, we can rule out any kind of accidental death. I don't think she exactly slipped on something and broke her neck. It's nothing good. It's only nefarious means from there. Hopefully it's nothing related with the cult.
I don't know why she would be in Baldur's Gate. She should not have been.
Where was she supposed to be?
Back with the Loafbeards. In her place.
The Loafbeards?
Aye.
Loaf beard or beers?
Loafbeards, like the one on your face.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Her place as the leader of the remainder of our people. Teaching the new generations our ways.
Where was that? Where is she supposed to be?
Veer Plains is where the Loafbeards reside.
So she went quite a distance then to find you.
Aye.
Well, now we have a couple. Now not only do we have to worry about why she died and who killed her, but the message that she had for you or the reason that she was looking for you in the first place. Those mysteries abound.
Too many mysteries. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like you either. I thought you were going to go with a Star Wars reference on that one.
She's like,
Yes.
fuck Star Wars. Where are the ladies? Are they like...
The ladies they're around. They've all been doing their own thing. A couple of them kind of like went off early in the morning. You don't know where Abaddon is. She's probably with Boris.
Has anyone seen Vidania since she disappeared, like, the previous day?
Yeah, Vidania was back in bed when you guys came in. Like, you guys all came, everybody trickled in at their own times. When you wake up this morning, it's clear that she had slept there. She is not there now, but neither are any of the other ladies, so.
We depart this place soon. Will we standing by our decision to leave the prisoners here?
I care not about what happens to them now. They don't feel bad for wanting to bring about what amounts to the end of this world. And that means killing you, me, and everyone on this journey. Everyone you know and love. As far as I'm concerned, they can stay here and rot or become ogre shit. I feel no pity. I feel Zan feels differently.
I have a hard time having people die without a fighting chance. It doesn't feel right.
They had their chance.
At least with a fighting chance, if the gods think you should live, you have that chance.
So you're saying we should go fight them?
I don't think so, no. It's not quite what I meant. I prefer people having a fighting chance for their life as opposed to executions.
They had their chance, Zan. I gave them a chance. I gave them a chance at redemption. And they didn't take it. They didn't want it. We extended our hand, and they walked away.
It
they refused.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Nothing about this is easy. I know you don't like slaves, and you don't like prisoners. And I understand that. We all do. But in battles, you have two choices. Either you kill every single one of the enemy, or you take prisoners. And afterwards, then you decide what to do. So, you can't just let go or forgive every single prisoner that we take. It's just not feasible. Despite what we may think is fair or palatable or not. These are hard choices. Nobody likes them.
Well, perhaps if they still live, don't know if the ogres ate last night. Perhaps if they still live, we have a middle ground. We take them from this place, but we give them over to the Flaming Fist.
That is a possibility. Having them serve out some sentence of justice.
And if the Flaming Fists don't take them, it would be our word. Granted, you have some standing in Baldur's Gate, I assume, but it would be our word against these random people. Are you sure the Flaming Fist would take our word over theirs?
Am I DM? I mean, you would know, you would be able to answer that question in some capacity.
That's why I brought up you having standing, because I was like, as soon as the words were out of my mouth, I was like, shit, maybe they would believe him, because he's
not
somewhat,
like...
not famous, but, you know.
He's not like on the city council or anything.
Right, but you're a business, but like I said, you're like a business owner in the city. I mean, you have more standing than Arik or Zan or anybody else around.
So you would have had interactions with the Flaming Fist. You know that the Flaming Fist doesn't take any shit. They are hardcore. Nobody messes with them, and you don't know anyone in particular who you could go to, but you know, if you were to bring some kind of proof or tell the story, you know, there's a decent chance that they would believe you. It would be kind of random to just bring them to people and say they're part of a cult and then not. Like, have them say no, they're not, and then just like hand them back to you. You also, as I mentioned last time, you don't know who the factions are that are going to be coming together, but you do know that Leosin and Onthar are actively working to bring factions together. So if the Lord's Alliance, which you would be familiar with, or not for sure, are part of those factions, then it might not be unheard of that they know of a cult already, and that they would take these people. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, but you just don't know. You guys have been gone for a while, so.
I guess I would relay that information and get the thoughts of my compatriots.
I see no problem doing in a prisoner walk, bringing them from the castle into the city. It's only a half day's travel. Between the 6 of us, they'd be fools to try and run or stand their ground and try and fight us.
We will keep them chained. What proof
thanks.
Should we bring?
Thanks, Rifle.
Thank you for the gifts. Thank
Rifle
you.
just gifted a sub. Thank you so much.
And for subbing yourself. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to make sure I said something.
No problem.
I was like, Rifle? Who's like? Is he trying to say Feifel?
No. The name is actually
right.
Yeah.
Rifle Bar.
Yeah, Rifle Full Bar.
Which is
great.
Rifle Bar. A rifle bar. Just take a bite.
Oh, we need to update that Zan 2020 to a Zan 2024.
Oh yeah.
Arik will just shake his head and say, I never wanted them to die. I don't want to execute them. I don't want to give them a death sentence. All I want is a form of justice. Though if it means taking them from this place to Baldur's Gate, you keep your pets on a tight leash. I'll have nothing to do with that. I'm not ready to die will go out on a limb for two people such as those. They'll be under your care.
Do we have anything, proof-wise, that would more sway the Flaming Fists into accepting them? That they are a threat? Or a part of the cult? I mean, don't know how aware they are. We can have pendants and all of that.
There should be, even in the major cities, there should be talks of towns that have been raided and robbed all around Baldur's Gate. We saw those maps. They've been at this a lot longer than just hitting Greenest.
This is true.
Words have to have spread far enough that even an inkling of it, they'll want to question them.
Very well.
Especially with their tattoos.
Oh,
they were dressed in. Were they dressed in the robes?
Right. But do we need any other more proof than the branding?
I think the branding would be enough.
To at least show affiliation, being in the same organization, the two of them, than just two random people.
Agreed. Now, we just have to see if the ogres ate them or not.
Abaddon's not going to be happy.
Abaddon is a child, and will get used to not being happy in life.
I have a feeling not all of us will be happy before our time is through here.
Arek's flying high on his seeing Leah last night in his vision thing, so he's not going to argue any father about the prisoners. Although,
Oh, Rifle Foobar is going crazy with the subs.
Oh shit!
oh Jesus!
Holy crap, dude.
Oh,
Oh,
Thank you, Rifle or Fubar. Merry Christmas! Thank you so much. We get to keep all of our emotes. Sorry.
I think we need to send this guy a shirt or something. Got a box of shit over there.
Yeah, sure.
You just earned yourself something.
We'll send a gift package of thank you. Yes, come on. Unless you don't want to share your address, which is totally fine. We're not gonna force you to share your address. Artore1, thank you for the follow. But we have, like, for sure. Send me a DM with your address if you would like to have a thank you gift from the NAT30s, and also your size, like shirts. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm just impressed that, like,
Your shirt size.
Just dot.
Dot. Where's my notebook?
it's like this. It's like, oh, it's like you really like us, and it's like this is a night that we're missing half our people.
I have been drinking wine.
It's the Wayne's World reference, I know.
The damn pen is not working. No, send us a DM for real. We got lots of stuff that is in a box behind Erdnot that I haven't sent out in a little while. Especially if you're in the US. Although we will do it international, of course. So thank you so much. Draz, good night. Thank you for watching.
Night.
Hey, Graham. I haven't forgotten about the unicorn DMs that bum though. We're getting there. There haven't been any NPCs yet.
One last thing. If the prisoners do try to escape when we're on the road, they die. I won't hold back.
I agree to that.
that's more than fair.
Chains, ropes or not. They run, they die.
It so shall be done.
Ark will take his mug of ale and the morning ale and slim it down when Erdnot says that.
I guess we should go to the, we'd head to the prisons and see if they're still there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this
I know, right?
conversation would be for nothing.
There's just a very suspicious-sized pile of ogre shit in the corner. With just bones hanging out, you know?
All right. Are you going back to Blagofkas to try to tell him of your plans?
Should we even? Should we just like go there? We should see if they're alive, and if they're alive, maybe we could tell one of the ogres to tell him that we will take them off his hands.
Probably best the people who told him he can be ogre shit that we are going to take them.
And maybe Zen could go check on them quickly. Well, we go talk to the king.
Okay. So you all right, Zan, you head towards the dungeon while Erdnot and Arik, you head back. On your way to the throne room, you run into Wigglow, who is actually he was descending the large spiral staircase down into the keep where the large, huge blue bonfire is near the bottom there. He sees you coming, and he stops at the bottom of the stairs, the two of you. Says, "Have you come to see Lord Blagofkas?"
Aye, we have.
All right, this way. And he turns around, and as he does,
How many giant asses must we see?
So many giant asses. Thank you to Grem and the Unicorn DM. He turns around, and it's almost as if he's doing it on purpose, as he does, because he knows that, like, your vision, you can't help but see. And on this particular day, you know, like the ranger, I picture like Robin Hood Men in Tights. He has these tights on, this tight with a kind of like Link from Zelda like shirt over it, where when he turns, the movement itself just causes the shirt to lift up just enough. He doesn't look back like the ogres, like the uncultured ogres that would look back and try to make eye contact with you. But he does head up the stairs, and as you're looking up, not as impressive as Hulda's, but that is a giant ass that is right in front of your faces. Erdnot, you have like you get less of a, you know, like you're a few feet down below, but Arik and Zan, it's like as you're walking up the stairs, the two sides are like, as you're going, the two sides go too, each of you following as you head up the spiral staircase, and he opens the double doors, and in front of you there is Blagofkas, who I'm not going to RP the entire exchange. So he's like, you tell him you want to keep the guys there. He's like, whatevs, dude, and you're good to go. All right.
I had a whole thing in my head. Okay, good.
Oh well, I mean, if you'd like to, I can.
I was just gonna flatter him by saying we heeded his wise words and decided that we were going to turn them over to the Baldur's Gates authorities.
Okay. He tells
him a little smoke up his ass.
He tells you that he is glad that you have come to your senses, your superiors, as he made it very clear that he believes that you are not in charge. Will probably reward you for the...
Look at these schmucks be in charge of anything. That is this line of thinking.
Reward you for the opportunity to speak with these individuals. And Zan, as you head towards the dungeon, and actually, are you going down into the dungeon, or are you just kind of looking to make sure that they're still there?
Zan will just kind of do like a peek, just to make sure that they're not on a spigot with an apple in their mouth right now.
Yeah, they're both there. and they're both still alive. You do catch a glimpse too, and you can see that the cage with Martin. Hold on.
It's just a mess.
Is empty. But the other two are there, and they appear to be alive. You see a little bit of shifting as you watch for just a minute or so. All right. So.
Did we meet back up with Zan now?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I guess so. We'd go tell them what's gonna happen.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go into the dungeon to tell them.
Right.
Okay.
There's no choices or anything at this point. This is the business.
Okay.
Business.
When you go down into the dungeon to tell them, you do hear one of the ogres in the background is like, oh, and but you do also get Doug Waxblower, the halfling. He just starts crying, just like sobbing uncontrollably, and just saying like, thank you so much, thank you, and just that's all he can say pretty much. And he's just crying, just tears down his face, and he's like reaching out to like hold on to one of your hands. He's just like, thank you. And even if you don't anybody hold his hand, he just keeps going.
Yeah, his arms folded. Are the ogres back there with were they like sharpening knives and forks?
They got bibs on. Baby Huey.
Picturing like the big cauldron, like Bugs Bunny. They're throwing carrots in it.
Vidania, when you give her the news, she just nods quietly and looks at all of you. There's no real expression on her face. You see in one moment that she looks over at the empty cage that Martin was in, but then she just looks back at all of you and just nods, looks down with her one eye.
We just want to make sure we stressed that they will live as long as they do not run.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're being turned over and everything, and their fate will be up to the law. But if they run from us on the journey there, that's a bad idea.
Okay. So
because half the party wants to kill them already.
All right. So the morning wears on. A couple more hours go by, and then you suddenly start to feel and hear the rumbling as it appears like the sky starts to change, and it's very clear that you guys are like descending fairly quickly down into towards the ground, and the rumbling gets louder as you head further down towards the ground. And as you are going, you get the more of a sense of how fast you were headed on this castle. The clouds start to dissipate around, and as you guys are kind of standing at the top of the ice wall looking over, the ogres have called you up and over and like pointing out as you head down into a deep ravine on the outskirts of anything. There's no towns anywhere close. You do see, like, you could see Baldur's Gate from where you were, but as you get lower, it disappears below the tree line. And then you head down into like a deep ravine, and then suddenly the castle just stops. And
were you just playing a rumbling sound effect, or is that just like some sort of feedback? Okay.
No.
It was very subtle.
Yeah, I know, the same thing. I thought it was a truck going by.
Okay, so you gather up your things. Blagakis is nowhere to be found, but Hulda and Wigloff, they see you off along with a bunch of other ogres. You do pass by the stables where you can see there appears to be one wyvern that is still like in the stable area, and there's also your horse. Your horse made it.
A horse. We
The
had
horse.
horses?
Yeah, the
The one that
horse.
was on the wagon?
Oh, we had one horse.
Chip. Yes.
Oh, I totally
Oh,
forgot.
We still have that wagon, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah, sweet. This will make the trip a lot easier then. Totally forgot about that.
Yep. So you guys, if you want to use the wagon and the horse, who was kept in on the other stables where there are no wyverns, you can hitch everything up. The prisoners are put in the back of your wagon, if that's the route you're going to go with it.
Yep.
And
Chained
Sit
and
back
tied
there.
up.
Yeah, tied up or tied and chained.
Before we put them in the wagon, Arik will pat them down, like just to make sure that they don't have any hidden weapons that the ogres or giants may have missed, or any kind of items or anything like that that might help them escape.
all right, make an investigation check.
Oh crap! I was not the right guy to do that. 6.
All right.
Crikey.
You,
She's a Sheila.
you
Handful of fucking berries.
You pat them both down and you feel like pretty confident. You give Doug a stink eye and you just like, hmm. And Vidania, you pat her down, give her the stink eye. She just looks at you with her one eye. But you feel good. Like there's nothing. They don't have anything. They're tied up and they're in the back of the wagon. And it'll only take you maybe 4 or 5 hours to get to Baldur's Gate from where you're at. So you head on your way. You wiggle off and Hulda, as I mentioned, they see you off, thanking you again and reminding you that Lord Blagakis will be heading north to rally the giant armies to prepare them for this fight. And I believe he has given you a means of communication. So when you are ready, please reach out. And we will meet you.
Aye. As soon as we have arrangements, we will be in contact.
Give us your king our thanks once again. And Arik will just bow.
God's speed, bums of greenest. And they turn around and head back in. You start to see like fog kind of lifts up around the castle as you guys start heading away. You don't hear it move though as you go.
Meaning it makes no sound as it rises?
You lose sight of it and you don't hear it leave the area. So you don't know if it's still there or if it has moved on.
I like the idea of it making like a Jetsons car noise, like
All right. So
Impressive magic.
the ladies are with you, obviously, but they are a bit quiet.
Is everybody riding in the wagon?
Are we pretending like Avedon's not going to be riding Boris?
Oh, right. She'd be riding
yeah.
for it.
She's going to be 20 feet behind us, just talking to him, riding.
I
She doesn't
didn't
care.
remember if the wagon could fit everyone, and now we have 2 other people.
Zane
no, it cannot.
Zane can just walk, keeping pace.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. The horse can probably carry like 2, like maybe 4 people on there. with all your stuff and everything, but the rest of you will have to walk. It's going to be a slow go to the town, the city of Baldur's Gate. And you are, in the fields of the dead, essentially. So.
I thought that was like way far away. Oh no, that was the swamp of
the Mirror of Dead
Stink
Men
or something.
Yeah. Nope. So you're in the field of the dead as you head down.
Well, I can. So not everybody needs to walk. Like, if Zan wants to drive the wagon, and then have one other person in there guarding them, and she's riding Boris, I can cast Find Steed, and I can ride that.
Okay. You still have 2 more people, I think, who wouldn't be able to.
Right,
you
you
can
said
still do it.
4 in the wagon, 1
right,
riding
including
a
your
pink donkey.
including you
the two prisoners.
Right, that's why I said like Zan drive, and then I don't know who someone else be guard.
It'll still be two people walking.
Right.
Can Art just like lay on top of the top of the wagon? Just lay there and enjoy the ride?
It's not covered. It's just a open thing. Yeah.
All right.
So still, it would be the same anyway. Like, your guys aren't going to be able to go fast towards Baldur's Gate with this many people. So you head down toward through the fields.
I didn't cast it then. We'll just be walking, I guess.
Okay. It is, noonish, 1 o'clock. So it's not too bad. It's bright out. I will say make a perception check.
Everybody?
As you go. Sure, everyone. Okay.
16 for Zan.
16s and 17s?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Me and Erdna both rolled 17s.
We're on fucking the ball today.
Yeah.
All right.
It's because I'm not cooking. That's why.
Shit, Stu.
Wrong word.
That was the word of the week a couple of weeks ago, not this.
I just pulled the headphones off, and that's what I heard. Not cooking.
All right. So let's see how this goes here. As you all are heading through.
I'm just gonna change venues real quick.
Sure. As you all are heading through the fields of the dead here, it's a fairly, again, the ladies are all fairly quiet today. Abaddon is on top of Boris, and you get the impression that she has kept him with her all night. And he is chatting up a storm. You can just hear him saying, like, look at this is so exciting. So exciting being out here in the sun. Sun's out. Looks beautiful. Like, you can kind of barely hear it. And she's like, yeah. She's petting him as he trots along. His little carrot just kind of like wiggling every time he walks. Like, you see that Doug wax blower, he is just like smiling, like in the back of that caravan. Have you guys gagged them or anything, or they're just tied up?
No, it's tied up.
Okay.
They'd be like tied. Their hands would be tied, and their feet would be tied, and then the hands would be tied to their feet by like a strip of rope. They ain't running nowhere.
And then would they be tied to like the seat of the wagon, or no? I don't know how much rope we have for that.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary, because they're pretty well tied. Like I said, the hands are tied together, the ankles are tied together, and then there'd be a strip of rope tying this bound and that bound. So it's gonna be pretty hard for them to have to like inchworm anywhere. You know what I mean?
So you see Doug, and he's like smiling as he's looking out, looking up at the sky every once in a while. Then you see him, like, he whispers something over to Fidania, and she's just like rolls her eyes and is like looking out, trying to ignore him. What was that?
So she rolled her eyes. I just corrected
Her
you.
eye, sorry. her eye rolls and she looks over out into the field, and then like he keeps doing that, so she just kind of like scoots away from him as much as she can and is just like, but he just looks genuinely like I'm going home, kind of, you know, just happy to not be on that castle any longer.
Let's just say they know they're going to the the law, right?
Yeah, we told them.
Okay.
Yep.
But I think he was from Baldur's Gate or just outside it or something.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So if he has to do time, at least he's doing time locally, I guess.
Yeah. It's not like the United States where they send you, halfway across the country to serve your time.
All right, so we got just sending a message T in Navy. I need your size though. Your address and size.
What?
Rifle Fubar is gonna get a just sending the message, an Auric inspired T-shirt.
Yep.
I'm here to,
Or not, maybe he might not send me
We
his.
just got a raid.
I can see I'm here
Hey,
to
what
take
is it?
names
Tim
and take
Nerds
hits.
Out. Thank you for the raid. My alerts are not like working at the moment, and I don't know why. It's really frustrating. But thank you for the raid so much.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, Guilty Cosplay. Hello. And Natal Elsewhere. Nate is elsewhere. Nate is elsewhere. Yo.
And she's the one who's good at reading screen names.
Well, that could be an L, but it was probably an I. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Did I miss a question? From
no,
you?
we were just making sure they knew that they were going to the flaming
Yeah.
fist and not home. But yeah, they know that.
Yep, they know.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because he seemed
Back,
awfully
by the way.
happy.
No, he's very happy.
He's not getting
Oh, he's
eaten.
back.
True.
See, I haven't done like all the animals and stuff. Like, I want to keep a little halfling and train him into a fearsome warrior. I feel like he's like just like an unmolded lump of clay.
I think you just want a pet too. You know what I mean? Vidani has a mimic. Avedon's got Boris. I think that's what you want. You just want a pet. You want like a pet halfling that you like train.
So, as you all head along through the fields, you start to notice a little bit of a familiar path that you took. A couple of the hills start to look like you've seen them before. Like you get a little bit nostalgic thinking about 3 months ago when you started on your journey from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep. That very, very long, arduous journey with a bunch of strangers following the cult and their 3
crazy.
Oh my god. Thank you so much for the stuff. Thank you.
Wow, you're awesome.
Yeah, we gotta send him that shirt, like stat.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to accept it. But thank you so much. We appreciate it, really.
We'll get his address and then we'll like put it in like a potato shirt cannon.
You guys are going to get a
Like blow it through his door. He's like, no, you're taking this.
well after our 14-day quarantine because, you know, he's in the UK. So
It'll be a very big.
hey, Nate is
Got this.
elsewhere. Thank you for the bits. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. For all of you who have just joined us, we are down 3 players tonight, but we're still going. And as you watch, you can use your channel points to enter into our monthly giveaway, which this month is a D&D Beyond digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. I'll get the redemption key. You can give it to whoever you want. How that works is you just redeem the giveaway, and then live on stream we will choose a winner at the beginning of next month. And you don't have to be in the chat to win or anything. You just enter as many times as you have channel points to do so, and that increases your chances of winning. We also do stream stickers and other fun things, and you can see more about it in the about thingies down below the stream. But just wanted to throw that out there. Anybody can enter. So thank you. Oh, and Rifle is going to get himself or themselves, I'm assuming, and I shouldn't, although I should maybe because of the whole size thing, but a travel mug with the sending a message on it. So all of those that you see, or most of those, are drawn by our very own NAT30s Brewbottle.
You do some of them too.
Most of them are you, though. So we played with Rifle. Wait, who is Rifle? I don't.
Another very familiar person calling you bitch.
There's got to be Ian or somebody in the UK. That's the only UK person I know. I know. You gotta take back all those subs.
Well, I mean, it's under. You can change your username. It's confusing the hell out of people.
Oh, okay. So wait, is it Hannibal? Wait, I don't know your real name or your fake names actually.
Oh, okay. So it's not Ian.
No, it's not. It's not. Hold on.
Oh,
I mean, I know his face, but I've only played with you the one time, to be fair, and your character was new, and we were saying his name wrong. Oh, it's Sparrow. It's Sparrow.
Happy
And
Boxing
I know it's
Day.
not.
It's not something we celebrate here, but happy Boxing Day to you.
Happy Boxing Day, Thorium Dragon. Thank you for joining us. It's Sparrow. What did she call him? I came up with something because it was not it's Sparhawk, but she's not going to call him that. Sparrow. I think I got it right. Happy holidays. Brother Sparrow. There you go. Brother Sparrow. That's who it is. Well, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. I have no idea what your well, now I know what your username is. We won't forget it now. All right. So, sorry, guys. But also, if you had wanted to take a break, that would have been the perfect time. Don't forget to remind me, because I'll never do it, ever. So, you all are traveling. You're all traveling along. Anything that you wanted to do while you're going through these fields, as you start to notice that you've been here before, and all these thoughts, these lovely thoughts of when you saved the merchant from the orcs or ogres or whatever they were. I think they were orcs.
I don't think we fought orcs. It was the hyena guys.
No. The first day that you were there on your the third or fourth day, actually, you ended up saving a merchant from.
Well, some of them were like hiding underneath the wagon and whatnot, right?
Yep, they were like orcs or bugbears or something.
I think they were hobgoblin.
Maybe they were
yeah,
hobgoblins.
I don't think we fought a bugbear yet.
You start looking up in the sky and just paying attention to make sure that you don't see any more of those peritons that zip out of nowhere.
Did the caravan originally leave from Baldur's Gate, or
It
was
did.
it? Okay.
Yep.
Have we passed any other caravans, or are we fairly certain that like the loot thing is over for this cult? I know that not every caravan that we pass would be, but I was just saying so question one, did we pass any caravans of anything? And question two is, did we notice any familiar faces on them?
You have not. Neither one. You have not passed any caravans. You're kind of like not quite on the road because you were dropped off in the middle of like a little bit of the middle of nowhere. So as you're making your way, you're starting to get close to where you could find the road. And you are recognizing some landmarks. That was the word that was trying to come to my brain. But you're not quite on the road yet.
Yeah, Arik is definitely going to keep an eye on the skies to make sure none of those murder deer, human heart-eating murder deer, come down from the skies.
Zan's just gonna not wander off from the pack, but he's just gonna kind of be watching the perimeter. It's not directly in front, more off to the side.
You keep traveling along. It's because it's daylight, it's not as bad. You remember that people were getting nervous as the sun would start to set. It is fairly cold, but as you start to get closer to Baldur's Gate, the fog starts to come in. As you get probably less than an hour away from Baldur's Gate, you can see it now. You do come across, now it's getting to be about like 4-ish, 4:30. You come across a traveling caravan, and you start to approach where they're at, and you can notice that it's like a large caravan that comes off to the side and begins to do that familiar setup of the wagons all in that circle, except they choose to do like a full circle on the side there. And as you approach and continue past, you do see probably about 20 or so. It appears to be all tabaxi travelers. So the cat, like humanoids with the ears, all different ear colors, wearing different clothing, different furs. Some have long, thin tails, some have bushy tails, but they all just kind of like watch you as you go. One of them like puts a hand up to just like friendly wave.
I'm assuming I'm steering the thing.
You put your hand up, and I immediately thought you were going to do the.
No.
Yeah,
I can see why they chose that, because it's like, oh, hey, Harry's just waving, doing the Jeep wave.
Yeah, you notice that they are setting up their fire and just getting everything ready for the night. But they watch you go, like they watch you until like a couple of them step out just to make sure that you're going. You're not gonna
People
stop.
like some hard motherfuckers. That's why. That, or they're just looking at the purple donkey with the carrot on its head and the devil.
Yeah, good point.
Right, the white devil that's on the back. When you pass by, you see like Doug pokes his head out, looks. He's got a big smile. He like lifts his hands and is like puts them back down, and you see like a couple of the tabaxi look at each other like. And then Doug scoots over and tries to like whisper something to Pedania, who's just like staring with her one eye just out into the fields. She doesn't acknowledge him in any way, as he just kind of looks at her and then scoots back over.
I'm assuming Ernod doesn't see any of this because he's he's steering the horse or whatever.
It's up to you if you would look back.
I guess, like, how many times have I caught him whispering things to her?
Make a perception check.
Hello. Okay, there we go. Oh, not many.
We'll say you've been just very focused on riding with a 5. You haven't really been paying attention to her or to him, and you've been just watching the road and making sure that that Chip pays attention to you, because he had kind of gotten attached to Avedon, who stood by and like pet him back when you had him going from Parnast into the castle, and you guys didn't spend all that much time with him, so you're just more focused on that. And then also home is right there, and you can see it, and you want to be there now. But you approach Baldur's Gate, and you enter into. Ooh, I can change up my. Oops. I can change up my sounds. 1 second. It is getting to be. The sun is going down by the time you enter because it is winter time, and that. Or not. You start to enter into the northern area of Baldur's Gate. Let me just go here so that I can pull up the map. And that would be Blackgate, which you remember that is the area where you all met up with Issa. Like she went and her and Micaiah went and chatted and saw where the cult was going to be heading off to. This is where you joined the caravan in the first place, and where you first spoke to the guy whose name I'm not going to remember because it's been a very long time. I honestly don't even remember his name.
So you
It's the
don't
guy we
own it.
bought the stuff from. The wagon.
Yeah, his name begins with an A. That's all I remember.
The message came up that said you don't own a token with vision.
Same,
Oh,
same
whoops,
from me.
sorry.
Just
Sorry.
a black
Let me turn off
box.
the vision. There we go. This is one of the first ones that I had before I figured out how to use this. So you are up in the Blackgate area as you come into Baldur's Gate, and I am just gonna find this guy's name, just in case. The sun is going down. There's no real reason to stop necessarily here, especially as you have a place that you want to be. But it's still fairly busy. People are starting to travel either back into the city through the Black Dragon Gate, or they are heading back into their respective homes in this very densely populated area. You remember the tent pop-up tavern type things that are in the area. Those are getting a little bit rowdier. And Akin Celebon, who owns that equipage business in the outer city there in Blackgate. You'd have to go a little bit out of the way to get to his place if you wanted to, but you can head right into the Black Dragon Gate, which Erdnot, you know, would be guarded by the Flaming Fist, as it leads directly into the upper city where all of the rich people live.
Where is like the Flaming Fist police headquarters?
So that is going to be in the upper city area. You can, it's probably not necessary to go to the headquarters necessarily, but
I don't know. I'm under the assumption that like the guys assigned to guard the gate are not going to take like a prisoner because they can't leave their post.
what?
I mean, if we just show up to the two guys at the gate and be like, hey, here's some criminals for you. Like, I feel like they'd be like, take it to the fucking station. We can't leave our fucking post. Unless I'm wrong in this assumption.
I don't know. To me, it's like that's kind of like the job of the guard. It's there. Otherwise, they would never leave their post.
They'll send for somebody.
Are you?
Send for the local constabulary.
Let me just double check where they are headquartered out of. But in the meantime, you can Are you bringing them directly to the authorities, like right when you get in?
Hey, I'm not bringing them to my home.
Okay. So you.
Arik's gonna make sure he pulls his hood up.
Okay. So you are easily able to bring them up to just the nearest guards, honestly, and let them know. They listen to your story, and I assume you were showing them, because you had talked about this, like making them show the things on their backs, and all of that.
Right.
The guards agree to take them, and then you see Doug. He looks over at Vidania, and he says, don't forget what we talked about," as they lead him and Vidania away into the deeper into the upper city, although you're not sure where.
That's not ominous or anything like that. As we travel, Ark's also going to take one of his extra shirts out of his pack and rip it and then wrap around the lower half of his face.
Okay.
It's wintertime, so I mean it's cold here, correct? Like everybody's bundled up.
Yeah,
still.
And Baldur's Gate has, the upper city has it a little bit less than the lower city, but from when the time that you guys were here, you do remember it does have a fog that's kind of like always there, especially as the night wears on. The upper city is a lot more hoity-toity. So you guys continue through. I assume you're kind of beelining it towards your home there.
Was Baldur's Gate where you're not allowed to have animals in the city?
Yes.
Yes,
you'd have to leave your horse.
Well, Abaddon would be sad about having to put away her friend.
Yes. Yeah, the streets of Baldur's Gate are super condensed there, so they don't allow, I don't even believe they allow dogs in the city of Baldur's Gate. Cats are pretty much the biggest animal. So Boris, you see Abaddon was like, oh, and then she just like, she's like, I don't know, like, and she touches, and then he just goes, and he did. In a cloud of rainbow glitter.
Is the carrot gone. Left on the ground?
No. He's a unicorn. That carrot goes with him. So you head in to the city, Arik, making sure to make yourself as hidden as possible. I'm going to pull up my notes.
Erdnot, is there instead of just walking through the front door, are there any other entrances to your tavern? Back door or anything like that?
Only the underground tunnels, which cannot access safely from this part of the city.
Aye. Okay.
All right. So you quickly head through the upper city, going through Baldur's Gate, and then cutting a left towards Keepside. Erdnot leading the way, going as quickly as you can. But by the time you get to the front door of the Brew Bottle Tavern, it has been another hour or so, hour and 15 minutes. Just trying to cut through all the people and winding your way through the roads that, again, can only fit. You see all of those people that are walking through with, like, those big sticks with, like, the crates and everything that are held up on top. And you finally approach the Brew Bottle Tavern in the lower city. I believe it is. Yes, it is. It is near... it's right here, near Brampton, in the Brampton area.
Brampton.
Brampton. So I'm not going to get too much closer on here because actually the closer I get, the more blurry this image gets, which sucks. So as you approach Erdnot, one thing that you notice, it is dark. So the fog is rolling in as the sun is going down, and it's dark. You do not see lights on in the Brew Bottle Tavern. There may be a flicker somewhere in the background. The door is closed, and people are walking by, not really paying any mind to it. And normally there are people walking in and out. The lights are on. The last time you were here, it was especially busy, and you saw a lot of people coming in and out of your tavern. So as you guys approach, what do you do?
Look around first and foremost, and see if, I don't know, anything. I guess I hadn't decided. Were we checking to see if we were being followed at any point? I guess I'm just looking to see who's paying attention to us at this point.
Make a perception check.
So Arik's definitely worried that the place, if somebody, Arik's afraid that the cult has done something to Dratha. I was gonna say Dratha again. Fuck it up. So he's gonna keep a lookout to make sure that he doesn't see anybody that's dressed like that nobody's like particularly watching, like
Okay.
the police. You know?
You can make a perception check as well.
17.
Okay.
That's the third 17 I've got in a row.
Yeah.
Fourth. I got two 17s when I had disadvantage. Then I got one that I matched with Erdnot, and then I got this one now. What the fuck's up with all these numbers coming
It's
in a row?
magic.
At least they're not ones like last time. Happy about that.
Yes. I mean, I was okay with the ones, but so thank you for the follow, Embery. Again, don't know what's going on with my alerts, so sorry about that. So you guys are keeping an eye out as you're heading through the streets of Baldur's Gate. Erdnot, you were very much focused on like getting to your home, and when you approach and see how quiet it is, how abnormally quiet it is, that has your attention as you're like looking at the front door to your establishment, and there's no one coming in and out. Arik, you're able to look around, and you don't see anybody paying attention to you in particular. Every once in a while, people are, of course, looking at Abaddon, who it doesn't have to be quite as covered up in this city, where she also is from the area. So, you know, people are still kind of passing by and giving her a look, and not because they haven't seen tieflings before. You all have seen tieflings, but just her coloring does catch people off guard. But yeah, you don't see anybody. You also notice that Erdnot's Tavern is quiet and dark.
Erdnot will take his hammer and then see if the door is locked or not. Like he takes the hammer out at the ready, not to check the door with the hammer.
Yeah. So
Smash the door down of your own face. Like, fuck this door. Smash.
So you approach the door, and yeah, you go to open the turn the handle, and it is locked.
Okay. He would look at everybody and say, "Prepare yourselves. Something is amiss." And I would take out my keys, because that's what keys make, or Wolverine makes, either way. And
Okay.
I would unlock it, and
Okay.
then just like very slowly enter at the ready.
We're walking into such a trap. It feels like it.
So as you unlock and you step forward, you almost come face to face with your cousin Garmir, he's like mid-stride walking towards the front door as you enter. He like kind of had stopped for a second, and when the door opens, he stands there looking at you. You guys you look like you're related, you know, other than just being dwarves. His beard and his long hair, he had a little bit more brown in it the last time you saw him a few months ago. He appears to have aged a little bit over time, but he's wearing his like just simple common barkeep clothing. It's fairly dark inside the tavern. It's clean,
As it should be.
There's only one or two small little like sconces that are kind of going, and Garmir does have a rag in his hand as if he's just been cleaning. And as you step in, he looks at you. He's got a little bit of a shocked look on his face, and he doesn't step forward, but he just kind of like looks down at the ground as you come in, and he just says, "Cousin."
Or
And
not
then he-
put the hammer down and embrace him first.
Yep, he steps forward. Dwarven embrace, a slapping of the backs, and
Like major slapping. That
major,
just...
like really hard, like. But he like pulls you back to look at you, and he says, "I'm so sorry, cousin. I'm so sorry. Come. You brought the boy." And then I don't do accents, people, so you're gonna have to use your imagination. He looks back, kind of almost like pulling you out of the way to try to make sure that everybody's there, or that Arik is there.
Arik will step forward and pull his like mask down. I've come.
And
Tell me everything.
He looks relieved, and he says, "I will come." And he opens the door further for everybody else to enter, so everyone comes in, can come in, and then after you've all entered, he closes the door, and he kind of looks out into the street a little bit back and forth, and then he closes the door, and then he locks it. And he looks at you again, Erdnot, and then heads towards the bar area and begins getting glasses or mugs down for everyone to drink.
As he should.
And begins setting it up. He pours for everybody quietly. It's just a very somber mood as it almost looks as though he doesn't really know where to begin. I'm going to change.
I don't know how much. I mean, I'm sure you have a spot that you want to stop. I don't know how much you want to say while the girls aren't here.
I was gonna say I need a second. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, anyways.
Okay.
If you just want to pause.
Yeah,
real quick,
no, we can stop there if you want.
I just don't want any sort of like. I don't. Especially Vidania has missed so many. I don't want them to miss like any sort of major reveals or you know what I mean?
Well, that's what the recaps are for, but we can stop if you want to stop now. If you'd rather try to see if
I want to stop now just so that they
Okay.
can experience it, unless everyone else wants to keep going right now.
No, that's fine.
I mean, I never want to stop, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I totally understand that we should probably wait. You know, we got off the castle, we did the trip. I don't want to get into the big reveal without the ladies.
Okay.
As much as I
Alright.
want to keep going, I'm like now we're like into it. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? I don't want to have to wait.
I can see Pat's face. He's like, "Fuck him."
No, I do want to
Sail
keep
on
going,
board.
but
Yes.
not with only half of us. Can't get too far into it.
It's just
Okay.
because I'm already picturing whatever happens, like, you know, something will be lost if we don't have Annie's reaction, whatever it will be, or
Alright.
Abaddon, and
That's fine.
it's funny how
So-
we're just interchanging their names at this point.
Yeah.
So Garmir begins pouring for everyone. Then he comes over, beckons for everyone to sit, and then he sits down next to you, well, he looks at you, Erdnot, and he says, "Cousin, please, you need to sit." And then he sits down next to you if you choose to sit. And that is...
Throws a chair across the room. No sitting.
That's where we will end the session and pick up on Tuesday, hopefully, with the other 3 members of the party, I hope, able to join us. Thank you to everybody who hung out. I really do. I want to do a raid. Huh?
So it was a crazy night.
It was a crazy night. Thank you so much.
Subs a-flying and follows a-flying.
Thank you, Brother Sparrow. I'm sorry I've never seen your Twitch handle before. So I didn't know it was you. I will never forget again. You have my sincerest apologies. And yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. Just as an FYI, Erdnot will be starting his one-shot, which will probably go for the month of January in terms of Thursdays, I assume. And
it should be a short one, so I don't know if it'll be the whole month, but I guess we'll see. I have 1 confirmed player. I need 3 or 4. So I know Fires of Athleen, who I don't think is here tonight, showed interest, but I'll message him on the Discord and see if he still wants to play. He seems to have become very busy. If not, then I think there's one of our locals.
Yes,
Partners,
so if you jump,
I think, was interested.
Yeah, if you jump into the Discord, you'll be able to. You should probably write up a real quick just summary, I think, of what it's going to be, and then we can throw it out there to people in terms of whether or not they want to join. And sorry, I'm looking for. Let's do this one. Let's see. We're gonna raid somebody because we always do. So just as to answer the question, Thorium Dragon, we have been running Tyranny of Dragons. However, we are also incorporating a bunch of side quests that are specific to each player. So this is not Tyranny of Dragons related, but I have intertwined it all together so that it will fit in somehow once all is said and done. So this is not part of the module, what is happening right now, but it is interrelated in some fashion, which the players do not know. So we are going to raid Polished Cryptid, and I don't know if Rifle is still there, but if you are we playing on Sunday tomorrow? Are we playing tomorrow? Either way, you should also check out Nat Awesome, which, hold on, let me... Nat Awesome. We play every other Sunday. I thought maybe she had a test or something on Monday, and so we weren't playing, but I don't remember. So definitely go over, check them out, give them a follow. They're doing a couple of different games at the moment. I believe there's also a kind of sci-fi-ish game that I think Rifle is also in. I think you're in both of them, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe there tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific? I think you guys are Pacific Time. Not you, because you're UK. But anyway, okay. So we're going to raid Polished Cryptid. Thank you, everybody who hung out.
Hi, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits, which should have been added automatically to the inspiration bar. And we'll see you on Tuesday. I'll be back on Monday with some DM prep. But if you want to see the game, Tuesday. All right.
Bye.
Oh no, that didn't work. I'm gonna try again. Hold on. Let me switch over to an exit screen so they don't have to sit there and watch us be awkward. Bye.
Bye.